My specific observation goes to our senator who has been elected by the Busia people to specifically represent the people of Busia. He might have the other interest, but specifically we, the people of Busia, deserves his leadership. And that leadership that we are now missing. We Busia young people, Busia youths are missing the representation of our senator at the legislative level. And that's why today we are here to show our disappointment and to make some requests. Actually, it's not a request, to tell him, to remind him to do whatever we people of Busia elected him to do.
As the youth of Busia County, we've watched with deep disappointment and frustration as our elected Senator Okiya Omtatah has failed to prioritize mandates given to him by people of Busia. When we elected Omtatah as a senator, it was with the expectation that he would represent the interest of Busia residents, hold the county government accountable, and ensure that funds allocated to our county are used transparently and effectively for the benefit of people. However, Senator Omtatah has continued to behave more like an activist than legislator, neglecting his senatorial duties and betraying the trust of those who elected him. Senator Omtatah has chosen to immerse himself in endless activism and litigation, which appears to be aimed more at self-promotion and intimidation than at delivering meaningful change to the people of Busia. Senator Omtatah's continued activism has come at a high cost to his primary calling as a senator. His preoccupation with filing lawsuits and engaging in public theatrics has left a glaring void in critical oversight role that our county desperately needs. If Senator Omtatah's goal is to remain as an activist, he would have declined the mandate of the people and remained outside public office. We cannot allow Busia County to be shortchanged by a leader who has abandoned his responsibilities for personal pursuit.
If Senator Omtatah wishes to continue with his activism and litigation, he is free to do so as a private citizen. However, his involvement in what increasingly appears to be conmanship and extortion through litigation must be condemned in the strongest terms possible. If Senator Okiya Omtatah fails to resign effective immediately, we the youth of Busia shall immediately start the process of collection of signatures to recall him in line with the Constitution of Kenya.
We call upon the people of Busia, civil society organizations, and all well-wishers to join us in demanding Senator Omtatah's resignation and all join us in the collection of signatures to recall him. We want to warn those Kenyans who have been lied that Senator Okiya Omtatah is a great leader. He is not. Okiya Omtatah is an activist. He is not a leader. He has not done his job as Busia senator. And by sheer and bad luck, if he becomes president, he will not do the tough job of leading this country.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I don't know how you are planning to end the year. Ile tunaita kwa Kiswahili kuruka mwaka. Direct translation from my mother tongue. But the youth of Busia have decided kuruka mwaka na Okiya Omtatah. And this is why they are talking the way they are talking. The government is being scared by two individuals. One, Rigathi Gachagua, not that he want to vie for the presidency, but his support, his endorsements of any candidate is going to influence the outcome of the 2027 general elections. The other person who is scaring the government so far is Okiya Omtatah. So I want us to look at the reason why these youth are talking the way they are. Number one, the government is always carrying out opinion polls. A secret opinion poll that was carried out, latest, pairing William Samoei Ruto, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Okiya Omtatah saw Okiya Omtatah winning with 65%, followed by Sivili Kalonzo Musyoka. And you can imagine what William Samoei Ruto got. So this is very, very scary. So Okiya Omtatah must be stopped at all costs. This is very, very interesting. Number two, in my view, is because they want to distract Okiya Omtatah. His surging popularity is scaring the government. And to minimize this popularity, the government must distract him. The government must start battles in his home county. So these youth, when you look at them, you realize that they are not the owner of the message. You know, the tone will tell you that they are not the owner of the message. Some of them are not even reading it properly. In fact, they don't know what is written. The body language also tells you that they don't own the message. It was written somewhere and they were given to go and read out in public. Number three is that most likely the government want to sponsor a recall move. You know, an MP or a senator can be recalled by the electorate. And because of this popularity, this government can do anything to stop Okiya Omtatah. This government can actually sponsor recalling Okiya Omtatah to ensure that William Samoei Ruto wins. If you look at the way William Samoei Ruto has been operating, you realize that he can do anything to win the elections. Look at the way he went for Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Look at the way he went for Raila Amolo Odinga. Look at the number of times he has been going to Luwe Nyanza. It tells you that he is despairing. These are desperate moves. When you look at Rigathi Gachagua, if Rigathi Gachagua was to throw his weight behind Okiya Omtatah, it is finished, ladies and gentlemen. It is finished. Because he would win with a huge margin. I think he can win even with more than 65%. And if William Samoei Ruto does not have the Western, doesn't have the Mount Kenya region, how is he going to win? Number three, in my view, is that the government is fearing the consequences. The consequences of having an Okiya Omtatah presidency, it is not something that will be very entertaining. It will not be musical to those who have been in government, to those who have been looting. If Okiya Omtatah wins the presidency, expect a number of things. One, he's going to go for the loot, the stolen and hidden wealth. Number two, he is going to jail some leaders. He's going to jail them. Jail them because of what they have been doing. Because some of the things that are done by this government borders on criminality. How do you allow the policemen to shoot the youth deliberately? How does it happen? How do you allow people to be shot? Angalia, wanapigwa bunduki na polisi and people are not armed. So how does this happen? Although we know that there is a constitution, there are laws that guide us. If the law are going to be applied, if the constitution is going to be applied as it should, expect some guys to go on jail. Those who presided over corruption, they may hide, they may run, but they cannot hide forever. So they fear the consequence, the aftermath of this person. The other reason, in my view, is that when you look at him, you realize that Okiya Omtatah is becoming popular every day. In fact, arresting him made him even more popular. I don't know whether you noted that yesterday, he is the only person who joined the youth, the only leader, the only elected member of parliament, who was actually literally with the youth. And today when he was singing, he was reading acquired Milimani quotes. What do you think the message he was sending to the people? You know, usually leaders or people have a way of voting for somebody who have undergone suffering. If you read most books in literature, you realize that heroes undergoes a kind of suffering. Even Jesus himself, Christ, he went under suffering. He went through suffering. Jomo Kenyatta, the same. Raila Amolo Odinga, the same. Matiba, the same. And that's why you hear many people saying that William Samoei has never fought for anything, or what. Because people have a tendency of associating suffering with heroism, like that of Nelson Mandela. I don't know what you think, but for I see it, I want to wish you a happy 2025. I want to wish you all the best. Ruka mwaka vizuri, vuka mwaka vizuri, and let's meet next year, 2025, and we are going to be more active. We'll be having several live shows because the elections are coming very, very soon. Bye-bye.